Holy God, what a week it's been for the Nine. Former percussionist Chris Fehn seemingly appears out of nowhere in the news. Crohn announces his absence from upcoming Slipknot live dates. The band suddenly announcing the departure of longtime and severely underrated member Craig Jones, and then immediately posting a photo of what appears to be his replacement, and then performing a show with the new guy. All of this happened in quite literally the blink of an eye. So let's dive in and discuss what the hell is going on with Slipknot. There's so much stuff going on here. I don't even really know where to begin. So I guess we'll just go in chronological order here. We all know Chris Fehn left the band back in 2019 and then subsequently sued the band over band financials. That eventually got settled out of court. But at the time, though, and really still to this day, very little was mentioned about Fehn's departure by the band, and especially nothing from Fehn himself. That all changed, though, when he recently appeared on the Drum for the Song podcast ran by Dane Campbell, who, by the way, is Motorhead guitar player Phil Campbell's son, and he's currently drumming for his dad's current band, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, of which Dane is not, to my knowledge. Anyways, Chris didn't really say anything noteworthy, which I suppose is the reason why this story didn't blow up as much as I thought it might when I first read the headline, but he at least did offer somewhat of a statement about his former bandmates, saying, quote, "I pray for them and I love them and I'm sorry that it ended so soon, but that's the way things go. The fans really were the only part that was great for me. That stage performance and seeing them and seeing their reaction was the best part. The rest of it can fuck off. It's kind of like any band, though. That's the best part. The rest of it is touring, flights, personalities, this and that, this and that. I really do miss the fans. I miss playing live. I do. But it's all good, man. It's all good." He also went on to mention that he's got a new band, but he's got zero interest in touring. So I doubt we'll ever see him play live again, but you know how this industry is. Never say never. That being said, though, for a minute shortly after he left Slipknot, it did feel like he maybe could return to the fold, but that's more than likely out of the cards at this point. All right. Moving on to more relevant news. On Wednesday morning of this week, Clown made the following post on social media. "Hello to all of our fans. It's the Clown. I would like to take a moment to tell everyone that I'm back home supporting my wife through some health issues, and I'll be back on the road as soon as I can. We've been through this before, and as always, we appreciate the love and support. See all of you very soon." The reason for his absence is most certainly understandable, though, as his wife has had a long-time battle. I'm talking like 20 plus years with Crohn's disease. So I get it. Family and health come first, but it is unfortunate that he'll be missing out. I've seen some people saying online that the show's not going to sound any different. That's likely true. But to me, at least, it's a much bigger deal than that. Clown is a key member of Slipknot, and honestly, at this point, one of the only few key members left in the band. And while, yes, the show will virtually be unaffected by his lack of presence, I do think that he holds quite a bit of weight in terms of ticket sales and overall interest, as not only is he the percussionist of the band, but he's also a driving creative force within the band. Hell, he's directed a ton of the band's music videos. Let's take a look at Guns N' Roses for a moment. For nearly 2 decades, Axl Rose was the only key member of the band, and look at the rooms that they were playing. Large theaters, small arenas, half-filled regular basketball arenas. I know this for a fact because I saw it live, 2010, when DJ Ashpo was playing guitar. But then look what happened in 2016 when Slash and Duff McKagan returned. Stadiums, packed out, sold out stadiums. And yes, there is a notable difference without Slash and Guns N' Roses. But as for Duff McKagan, are you really paying that much attention to the bass? Do you really know when he is there or when he's not there if you're just listening to a live recording? That's the kind of weight that certain people's names hold, and I think that's the same case here with Clown and Slipknot. I know I'm talking as if he's leaving the band, which he's not, but given the current state of the band, who really knows? But still, it's very disappointing to say the least. And it's sort of annoying that they wait until the day that the new tour kicks off, which leads me to the main point of this episode. Craig Jones exiting Slipknot. Like everyone else, I was beyond surprised to see Slipknot issue a statement online announcing that they parted ways with Craig, simply writing, quote, "To our fans, Slipknot is announcing that we have parted ways with Craig Jones. We wish Jones all the best for the future." For one, this feels a little bit outside of Slipknot's MO, as it would have been far more interesting to just let things play out silently like they seem to typically do, and let the speculation build when they play their first show without Craig, which of course happened to come much sooner than I realized, in a literal fucking hour or two after they announced that he was out. My opinion, and the same goes with the earlier announcement of Clown's absence from these upcoming shows, but again, of course, that's far more understandable. I think it's fucked up to wait until show day or right around the start of a tour to announce that a core member isn't going to be there, especially in the case like this where with the new guy already ready to go, this has clearly been in the works for quite some time. A heads up would have been nice. Look, I'm not saying that Craig's name holds the same amount of weight that Corey Taylor does or something, but imagine going to see, I don't know, Deftones or something, and you don't find out until the very last second that Abe isn't going to be there. I guess it's not really the end-all be-all, but I would want to know. To me, that's a huge deal and totally changes the show. Both Craig Jones and Abe Cunningham play key roles in the sound of their respective bands. I'm not going to do a whole rap on this, as I previously went over this in the Before They Were in Slipknot video I did a while back, which I'll link down below. But Craig plays a far more important role in the sound of Slipknot than you may realize. There's a great video, not mine, I'll also link that down in the description, that shows the source of many of Slipknot's classic samples. Definitely worth a watch. He is a big part of Slipknot. Highly, highly, highly underrated.
Like they think it's right to murder. They want to murder. Look at all the people, and they get a kick out of it. A sexual kick out of it. The whole thing, I think it's sick.
So anyways, shortly after they make this announcement, they take the post down. Poof, gone. Of course, in this day and age, anything you post, it never really disappears. But still, posted, then removed in an instant. Then, not long after, I mean like an hour or less, they post this photo, who appears to be Jones's replacement. Then they immediately take the stage at Nova Rock in Austria with the new member. Who even knows? Given the time difference between the U.S. and Austria, it could have even been posted while the band was performing, for all I know. I wanted to get this episode out as soon as possible, but honestly, with the way things are going right now in the Slipknot camp, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of more news by the time this thing even gets published. I could go on and on about my thoughts about all of this, but the bottom line is that Slipknot appears to be falling apart. It's a fucking mess right now. Who the hell knows what's going on? I can sort of understand Clown announcing his absence last second, given his wife's health problems. Hopefully nothing popped up last minute. But I don't know, man. The way this whole thing went down with Craig, it just feels super shitty to me and kind of fucked up towards the fans. Craig is notoriously a man of very few words, really no words at all. So I doubt we'll hear anything about this from him. Most certainly probably not from the band, at least for a little while, but it will certainly be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. I'm also interested to see how long it takes for the new member to be revealed, because as we all know, anytime there's a new Slipknot member, the internet sleuths come out in full force. All right, though, I gotta run. My fiance wants to pretend that I am wearing a Chris Fehn belt, and she wants to play with the nose, so I gotta go. But thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time.